Hello and welcome to Ellen Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen and today I am making a pumpkin inspired soap. Again, I've been making a lot of pumpkin soaps, but love it. It's great for your skin. I think it's a wonderful soap additive, and I'm getting ready for fall. So pumpkin it is again. And for the fragrance today, I'll be using pumpkin and brown sugar from Brambleberry. Wow, this smells really good. Really good. It does have vanillin and it does discolor to a light brown, so I'll be using some titanium dioxide in the lye solution to sort of abate that, because what I have today, I already have it in the mold. I have these little pumpkin molds. Aren't those adorable? So I can't unmold them yet. I just poured them. I'm making little pumpkins and, if I can lift this up, pie slices. And this will be a 2-day process. So I poured the pumpkins and the pie in the mold today, and then tomorrow I will unmold them and do some piping on top. So 2-day process. Got the fragrance for the colors today. I used titanium dioxide in the lye solution, and then I used my Adobe Orange. And it was a little light, so with the Adobe Orange, I added a touch of my matte Americana red to kind of pumpkin up the color, and did it in the pot swirl for these little molds. So that's what's going on today, and then we'll of course come back when it's time to pop some piping frosting on those pie pieces. And then on the pumpkins, I want to do like little vines and leaves on my little pumpkins. I just saw those molds. I can't remember where I got them. I think Amazon. I'll find out where I got them and leave a link down below, because they're adorable and I just wanted to do little vines and leaves on them. We'll get them all decorated up when it's time to unmold. So come along and let's make some pumpkin soap. All right, I've got my oils and butters ready to go, and it's additive time. So here is my pumpkin puree and goat milk I measured off in here that I have discounted from the lye solution to make room for this. And oh man, let me tell you, the studio smells so good. This fragrance from Brambleberry kind of rocks my world. It's really, really good. So let's do the colloidal oats, and I'm not going to do a full one because this is a smaller batch. So about half, that's probably 1 tablespoon of colloidal oats, and I'll do probably about 1 tablespoon of kale and clay. Let's get this blended in and absorbed, and then we'll get to the lye solution. All right, it's time to move forward with the lye. And I did put a teaspoon of titanium dioxide in here because this delicious fragrance has vanillin in it, and I want to be able to see some colors in there. So I've got my sodium lactate, silk fibers, distilled water, and lye, along with the titanium dioxide. That's what's going on in here. And I am going to pull my spatula out and pour this. Sorry. I don't normally do this. I made this last night, so it cooled. It has a little lye lint, and I'm going to go ahead and pour it through my strainer just because I don't want any of that lye lint to come through. right, it's the next day and I can't wait to get these out of the mold. It smells so good today. This fragrance from Brambleberry is it's really, really nice. I recommend it. It's sweet and everything you'd want a pumpkin brown sugar to smell like. So these slide out of the mold very nice, and I'm loving the color. And with the vanillin in the fragrance, this will discolor a little bit more, so it's very pumpkin-y. Yesterday it was looking a little peachy, so that's why I added the red in there. But anyway, I'm really happy with how these slices came out. So I'm going to get everything unmolded, and then I will go make a batch of frosting. So let's see how we do this. There we go. Oh my goodness, these little 3D pumpkins. Is that perfect or what? Loving this. And so I'm going to just do little, twirly stems and leaves on these. All right, let me get the rest of these unmolded. I'm getting ready to mix up my frosting batch here, and I want to show you the colors that I'll be using for my little green vines and leaves from Workshop Heritage. This is Jungle Green, and it is gorgeous. So that is going to be the green color. And then for my whipped cream type frosting dollops over there, I do have some titanium dioxide in the lime mixture again because of the vanillin and the fragrance. So there's the TD in there, and then to help that along to get sort of a creamy frosting color, I'm going to use Shimmer White Clouds Mica from Wholesale Supplies Plus. So that'll be the whipped cream, and then the vines. For the tips, I just have this little leaf tip here. Let's see if you can see it there. It is. I don't have my reading glasses on, so I can't even tell you. It's just a little leaf tip. And then for the vines, it's a tiny little open hole that I'll use just to do the vines. And for the whipped cream, I have a little, I don't know if you can see that. It's just a mini star tip. So that is the tips. The bags are all ready. Let me get the frosting blended up, and we'll get to decorating the tops of these wonderful pumpkin soaps. All right, I'm getting ready to do a side stamp on my little pie pieces, and it's a little delicate, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But first, can we just talk about how adorable these are? And I'm so happy with how the pumpkin orange color came out when I added a little bit of that red oxide to sort of darken it up. I just think these are, I'm so tickled with these, and they smell so good. That pumpkin brown sugar is nice, but look at, so this is kind of a buttercream eggnog color instead of white. I think it's beautiful, and it kind of goes with the theme. So with the vanillin in that fragrance, it's going to be hard to achieve a white color, but I am just loving these. Oh my word. So there is a link in my Amazon store for the little pumpkin molds. I did find it, and anyway, I hope you give this a try. Aren't they adorable? And I love those 3D molds, how they, I mean, it's pretty cool looking, isn't it? The shape of that. So anyway, I am super duper happy. Let me try to stamp these. So the little pie slices get a little bit bowed out on the sides, so stamping is a little bit tricky, but we'll give it a go here. I'm going to spritz my stamp with isopropyl alcohol. Let me step off to the side so I don't get it on everything. Spritz it nice and liberally so it's really wet, and that will just evaporate off, so it's no big deal if it gets your soap wet. And I'm gonna hold it on where I want it and sort of hold it down, and I'm just gonna tap gently on all the little sides here. This is a little awkward, but I'm hoping we can get it done. All right, I need to go a little harder. Let me put that back on. Don't need to be quite so gentle, I guess. There we go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have an awesome day getting ready for autumn. Fall is coming.